Hi everyone, and welcome to another video of the SAFI webinar series. In this video, we are going to have an overview of the Camera Toolbar. The Camera Toolbar contains a series of buttons that allows the user to manipulate the model, change the views, and also specify specific views on screen. The first series of buttons on the left-hand side allow the user to do translation or rotation, and also the function for zoom in and zoom out operation. Next to it, we find a series of buttons that allows the user to quickly specify a view. So we find the top and bottom view button, we find the right and left view buttons, and we have the back and front views. We also find the isometric view button. After that, we find a series of buttons that allows the user to fit to screen, reset the camera, and also specify a specific views when you are manipulating structures with stories. So we have plane in elevation view. We also find the button to create and save views and switch between solid views and section views. We find the load visibility button that allows the users to display the loads on the structure or hide them. The last button allows the user to hide or display a selection on screen. Without further ado, let's start our demo. In this demo, we are using the GSE application. The Camera Toolbar is located on the left side of the screen by default. I'm going to move it a little bit here, and we are going to explore the different buttons on the Camera Toolbar. The first button we find is the Translate button. The Translate button, once we activate it, you will see the cursor change the shape to a hand, and it helps the users to apply a translation to the model. We can also activate the Translate command by simply clicking on the key T. So, if we move the mouse on the Translate button, we can see the description of the command and the shortcuts between the parentheses. In this case, the shortcut is the letter T, so we can activate it by clicking on the T key, and then we can apply the translation. To deactivate the translation, we can click again on the C key, or we can simply click on the Escape key. Next to it, we find the Rotate command. The Rotate command creates a rotation of the structure around a point. The red point we see in the center here, that's the center of the rotation. So, without clicking on the Rotate button, we can also activate the rotation by simply clicking on the middle button of the mouse. Next to it, we have Orbits, and the Orbits command creates a rotation following an orbit. The next command is the Roll, and the Roll command creates a rotation in the plane, so in the same plane where the structure is located. After that, we have the command Zoom region, and the Zoom region allows the user to do a zoom on a specific area. We can also do a zoom in and zoom out using the mouse. So, if we roll the button, we can create a zoom in and zoom out depending on the direction of the roller. Here, we are doing a zoom in, and if we rolled in the opposite direction, we do a zoom out. The next button is a uniform zoom, so it allows the users to do a uniform zoom. We can also do that by using the middle button of the mouse. The next 6 buttons are different views. We can switch to the top view quickly by clicking on this button. The bottom view, the right view, the left view, the back view, the front view, and we also have an isometric view. And the next button we have is the Fit to Screen. It allows the users to fit the structure to the screen. So it automatically changes the size of the structure to fit to the screen accordingly. The button that says the camera, so basically when you did a zoom or rotation of the structure, you want to just reset the camera to the default view, you can simply click on this button and it automatically changes the view to an isometric view and fits the model to the screen. After that, we find these two buttons, the plane view and the elevation view. So, if you define the stories in your model, you can display the different plane views. For this specific model, we have defined 3 stories. We can see each plane view of the base by selecting this view. We can also change to a different plane view for the first story and the second story. If you want to see here an elevation view, we can do that as well. So, we specify the letter here. A, B, C, and D, and we also have the numbers of grid lines 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for each of them, we can display the elevation view. Next to this button, we have the Manage View. Manage View allows the user to save a specific view from the model. So for example here, I can create a specific view like this one, and I can save it. To save this view, we click on this button, Add View, and then I create my view. I then click OK to save it. If I want to find my view, I simply select on the view from this list. I then click on the Restore. The next button is the Toggle and Solid View. So, simply clicking on this button, we have changed the display of the members and plates, so from section view to a solid view. If we want to display the loads, we have a shortcut to do it from the Camera Toolbar. We call it the Loads Visibility button. So, if we click on it, we have the option to hide the loads. We can also display the basic loads, and we have the option to display the load combinations with the load factors or without the load factors. We also have the option to display the intensity or hide it from this menu. And for the description of the loads, we also have the option to show it or hide it from this menu. The last button on the Camera Toolbar allows the user to hide a selection or display. For example, if I select this member, I can use this button, Hide Unselected, and in this case, all the elements that are not selected will be hidden. The next option here is to dim unselected. In this case, all the other elements will be displayed in this way so they will look gray and are not 100% hidden. Another option is to hide the selected members. So in this case, I'm going to hide the elements that I have selected. Another option is to dim the selected members. In this case, only the elements I have selected will look like this. The last and final option in this list is to show all. So in this case, if you hide a part of the structure, you can show all the structure by selecting this option. That's it for the Camera Toolbar. Thank you for watching and catch you in another one of our webinar series.